far can a person ride a bike in 3 hours if they, if they travel at 10 miles per hour? How far can a person ride a bike in 3 hours if they travel at 10 miles per hour? 30? 30 what? 30 miles. Okay. So what I'm going to do, what I hope you do now is this. D for what? Distance. Distance equals. Now, the answer is 30, and I get that. That's probably easy for you, but please put your work down. What was the rate you were traveling at? 10 miles per hour on your bike. Write it like this, please. 10 miles per means division, per what? Per hour. Times what? Time. Well, how many hours did you spend on your bicycle? 3. Okay. So 10 miles per hour times 3 hours. And then you got to realize that 3 hours, that's a fraction, isn't it? 3 hours over what? 1. So when you multiply these numbers, it's easy. 10 times 3 is what? 30. Okay, that was easy. But what about the units? How do you treat units? You cancel the bottom with the what? Top. So what your unit will end up being is what? 30 miles. Okay, so distance traveled is 30 miles. Now, I'm probably not going to ask you that on the test. It's probably going to get a little harder. The next one is probably where I'm going with. This is where I'm heading right here. How far can a person ride a bike in X hours if they travel at 10 miles per hour? Yep, same problem, just changed a little bit. Distance equals. Rate times time. Okay, what'd you put for your speed, your rate? How fast are you traveling? 10 miles per hour. How much time did you spend traveling? Yeah, I didn't give you a number this time. I just said X. So how long? X what?
Hours.
X hours. Units are going to what? Units are going to cancel out, and the answer becomes 10 miles times X, which is what? 10X. The answer is 10X, or just say 10X what? Miles. That's the answer. How far did you travel? 10X. Miles. So sometimes you just don't get an answer like 30 or 40. You get 10X. Does that make sense? Is distance that hard? No, just put numbers in and multiply, and sometimes you get algebraic expression. Yeah, hustle please. Okay, next up, I'm jumping all over the place. When I go to the next slide, sometimes it's totally different. Now I'm going from the distance formula to what? To what? Percentages. Okay, this is a quick reminder. You already probably know this. Percent means what? Out of 100, correct? So 50% means what out of what? 50 out of 100. If you get 50% on a test, you're probably not that happy. Because that means you got 50 out of 100. Okay, but the deal is 50 out of 100, if you type that in your calculator, the answer is what? 0.5. Okay, so all of these actually mean the same thing. They're the same thing. 50% is 50 out of 100. 50 out of 100 is 0.5. Now just a quick question. If I give you 50% and you type that in your calculator, what are you going to type in your calculator? This, or this? Yeah, isn't it much easier to punch this in? So here's the secret. When I give you 50%, how do you convert this to this really quick? What do you do? Yeah, you do what with the decimal? Take the decimal behind the 50 and do what? Move it to the left once, move it to the left twice, and you end up with 0.5, correct? So what's this, guys? 22%. Alec, what is that as a decimal?
0.22.
Yep, 0.22. Does that make sense? What is 41% as a decimal? 0.41. Gotcha. Okay. Hang on now. What is 2.5%? Whoops, I forgot my percent sign. Okay, what is 2.5% as a decimal? Okay, wait a minute. 2.5 is the same as 2 point what? 2.5%. Does that help you a little bit? What is 2.5% as a decimal? Can we say move it back once, move it back twice? Right there. Point what? 0.25. Okay. So once again, the secret is a percentage is a decimal as long as you just move it backwards what? Twice to the left. 2 to the left, and you get it. Okay? All right. Now let's go down here. Also remember this. Remember to multiply when taking a percentage what? Of. Of means what? Means multiply. You gotta multiply when you hear the word of. A percentage of a number. So look at that one. I did a really easy one for you because I know, just looking at that, guys, I think you know the answer, don't you? What's 50% of 200? What does 50% mean to you? Half. You got half of it. What's 50% of 200? 100. The answer is 100. Now, how would we show our work? We would probably convert this to a decimal, right? Point what? 0.50. You don't need the 0. I'm just going to put it for now. What does this mean again? Of times. So you're going to take 0.5 times, and then of course, what are you going to take 0.5 times? 200. And if you didn't know the answer, which I know you do, the answer is 100. You take that times that, and you get what? You get 100. Why did that? You get 100. Okay, I showed my work right here. I know I covered it up on you, but that's the work you need to show on paper, right? Yes? Now that's such an easy problem. 50% in any number is half of the number. Half of 200 is 100. Let's do a little tougher one. Let's go down here. You get that answer. What's 12% of 40? Try it. See what you get. I don't think you can do this one in your head. Maybe you can. There are 3 things you need to put on paper. 12%. How do you rate 12%? Okay. Yeah. 12% is 12 out of 100, but 12 out of 100 is 0.12. What does the word of mean? Multiply. And then, of course, you're going to take 12% of what number? 40. Okay. 12% of 40. Okay, that's just, and see, that's a calculator problem now. What is 12% of 40? 4 point what? 8. So the answer to this problem is 4.8. Okay, does that make sense? Hey guys, if I said 50%, 50% is what? 50% of that is 20. You don't even have 50%, you only have what? 12. So does it make sense that this would be around 4 or 5? Yeah, it's not a very big percentage of that. You just have a little bit of that. A little bit, well, you only have 4 or 4.8. How do you feel? Is that easy? Okay. I don't get this feeling. What's the feeling I'm talking about?
That we don't get it.
Yes, because you looked at me like this. Can you just do a problem for me and just say Here, just tell me you get it. Ready? 40% of 150. Sorry, 42% of 150. Go get it. I just need to see some answers, guys, and a little bit of effort too. You could put this off to the side, couldn't you? Show a little work. I know you're typing this into your calculator, but show a little work, please. Show me the answer when I walk by you. Just kind of put your pencil on it. I got the same answer 3 times in a row, now 4 times in a row. 5, 9. Okay, I got 5 of them. They're all the same, so it's good. Here we go. Tell me, what's this? Yeah, it's 0.42. What's this? Times. Well, this is just 150. Okay, that is called the, what do we call this right here? No. Work. That's the work. Hey guys, your calculator did the work. You punched it in. This is telling the teacher you know what you're doing. The answer's what? 63.
I knew it.
This is what I look for. You guys, you think I look for this? No, I look for this. This is how you get 5 out of 5 on your homework. You just do this. 63. Well, I don't know what you're doing. Are you copying your friend? Are you really doing it? Okay, I don't know. I want work, okay? So will you do me one more favor and just do another one? This one's gonna be a little harder on you, I think. I'm gonna do 2 3/5% of, let's do 20. Go. Then don't deal with fractions. Get the fractions out of there. You can just show me your answer when I walk by. Nobody's showing me anything yet. Yep, no, you're right. Oh, no, not 12. Close.
Close?
Yep. Something's wrong. Yes, you got it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. No, I'll show you right now. Ready? Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so I heard right away, I don't like fractions. If you don't like fractions, then get rid of fractions. Guys, watch this. See this? 3 out of 5, that's a fraction, but it's also division. What's 3 divided by 5? What is it? Okay, so it's 2, and now when you go to decimals, it's going to be 0.6%. Now, I bet you're thinking, oh, now it's easy. What do you do with your percentage? Move it over 2. What's in this spot? Yeah, so you guys, it should be 0.026 times, what? 20. You should get this. Right?
Yep.
Okay. You know, you guys, 100% of 20 is 20. 50% of 20 is what? What's 50% of 20? 10. You only want what percent? Yeah, a little bigger than 2%. You don't want much. Not much. Well, that's not much. That's the answer. Okay? All right. Enough on percentages. I hope you do okay. All right. Now we're going to do area, perimeter of rectangles and triangles. Let's talk about area. Area is, what's the formula again? I heard base times height. Or length times width. That's usually what I do, but hey, base times height works. That's fine. Can we just talk about the triangle? What's the formula for area of a triangle? I heard 1/2 times what? Base times height. Okay. Now, the base and the height. How do you know which one's the base and which one's the height? No, not necessarily. Boom. See this? What am I doing? Here's the base, here's the height. They make what? They make 90. The only problem with this triangle is I never showed you the box. This is your 90, which means you care only about what side don't you care about? Yeah, you don't care about this. This is a trick. They're trying to make you use it. You don't have to use it. Okay? All right, go get the area of the rectangle. Go get the area of the triangle. See what happens. Please work in pencil, please. Because you might make a mistake. These are all things you did in lesson 1.4. What did you call your length? Usually I call the longest side my length. Usually that's what I do. I call it 4x. You don't have to. You could call the other side your length, but it's not really the length, it's the width. Okay, so what about the width? 3x minus 2. So I have one problem here. What's my problem? What? What's my problem? Well, I gotta take 4x times the whole thing. The whole width. Don't I need what? I need parentheses, don't I? You guys, you gotta take the number 4x times the whole number.
The other way.
What's wrong?
Flip backwards.
You need me to do it for you?
No, I don't.
All right, ready? This times this, what'd you get? 12 for sure. And then an x times an x is what? X squared, right? One more time. This times this is what? -8 followed by x, right? Okay, up top it says to simplify. So if you have like terms, keep going. Yes or no, are these like terms? X and x? Looks good, doesn't it? Problem is, it's x what? X squared versus x to the first. Are they like terms? Nope. Guess what? You just found the area of your rectangle. That's it. You're done. No like terms? I hope you didn't keep going. Because if you kept going, you did too much. This was the answer. Okay, how about this one? Half the base. What's the base? Which one did you call your base? This one or this one? Most people call the bottom the base. 4/5 B. And then they call the height, the vertical one, B, right? So it's 1/2 times 4/5 B times B. Do you know how to multiply fractions? We did this 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
How? Isn't it just top times top and bottom times bottom? But if you can reduce or cancel first, do it. If you can. Can you?
Yes.
2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 4. Okay, now multiply. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 5 is 5. Okay, what's left, guys? A B times a B, which is what? And didn't we say this? B to the first times B to the first. What do you do to your exponents? You just add them up, don't you? B to the what? Okay. There's the area of the triangle. Yes? Can you put it as a decimal? Sure, but why would I? I mean, why do you have? You don't like it. Okay, so then you'd want this, wouldn't you? Isn't that your answer then? Okay. If you want decimals, there it is. Okay. Questions? Okay. Now, if you can see the word, it's right here. Find the what? Perimeter. The difference between area and perimeter. Area is the space inside. Perimeter is the distance. What? Around the outside edges. So what are you going to do to all the edges? Add them up, right? That's all you got to do. Perimeter is really simple. Add. You had 12 different sides. Add 12 different sides. Ready? Go. Get your two answers, okay? I'm going to try to take these drawings and bring them down a little bit. All right. You know, hopefully you're getting answers before me, because if I'm doing all your work, then you're really relying a little bit too much on me. Okay, so perimeter. Distance around the outside. So perimeter of the rectangle would be this plus this again, right? But isn't there an easier way to do this? What's the formula for perimeter of a rectangle? Two what? Twice the length, because there's how many lengths? 2 plus what? Twice the width. There you go. That would be an easier way to do it, faster, I should say. So what is your length? 4x. What is your width? 3x plus minus 2. There. That would be quicker instead of adding 4 sides up. And now, of course, you got to use the distribution property, right? And that says just multiply through, right? This times this is what? This and this make what? 6x. This and this make -4. Okay. There you go. And then if you have like terms, continue. X to the first, x to the first, those are like terms. If you add a bunch of x's up, you just get more x's, right? How many do you have? 8 plus 6 makes 14x. Minus what? Minus 4. Perimeter of the rectangle, 14x minus 4. Perimeter of the triangle. Let me just see what kind of answers we have. I'm just curious. Hayden, what do you have for this one?
I don't have any.
Emily, what do you have? You don't have it. Chanel, what do you have? Wait. What? Courtney, what do you have? 2 what? 2.3b. Okay. Chris.
I got it.
You got it wrong. Alec.
I don't have any.
Okay. Good. Can somebody just say what they have? Courtney said 2.3.
I have 3.3B.
You have 3.3b. Okay. And anybody else? Okay. Okay. So we got 2 of these. And we got a whole bunch of, I don't know. Okay. Well, what's the perimeter going to be? It's that side plus that side plus that side. So it's b plus 1.5b plus, oops, there's b, plus what? 4/5 b. And it's just add plus add. It's add. If you're adding terms, you're looking for like terms. That's a b term. That's a b term. That's a b term. They're all the same. So could I add them all up? Can I add all these up? They're all b's. Yeah. So where do I get the numbers? Well, that number in front is what? 1b plus 1.5b. So it's 1 plus 1.5 plus, what's that number? I know it's 4/5, but yeah, what is 4/5? 0.8. Yeah, that's a 0.8. So you add the three numbers up, and then you take it all times what common variable? B. They're all b's. You're going to get more b's. Well, this plus this is what?
2.5.
And that's, oh, nope. Okay. 2.5 plus another 0.8 ends up being what? 3.3. You end up with 3.3. And how many b terms do you have? 3.3. You don't have 3, you don't have 4, you have in between. 3.3. Good? Add like terms is all that is. Add like terms. Okay? That was a big slide. You had area, perimeter. That was big. You okay? Not talking. Just go like this.
7, 9, 11.
All right. Now we're going into the last thing we're going to talk about, and it's consecutive odd, consecutive numbers, consecutive even numbers. Okay, we're just going to talk odds for now. What are consecutive odd numbers? I wish I had an S here. Odd numbers that follow each other. Odd numbers. 3, 5, 7, what's next? 9, 11, 13. Does it go forever? Yeah. Okay. Sorry about the little tiny slides. It's hard to get those numbers in. Just ignore the commas. Just write the numbers in. Okay. What if you started with -5? The next one would be -3. The next one?
1.
-1. Then?
1.
Yeah, you skip 0 and go to 1. Then what? 3,
5.
5. That's easy, right? Okay, that's easy because I gave you numbers, okay? What if you started with not a number, you started with a variable n? And what's the next odd number?
Oh.
M-N-O-P. It'd be P.
QRSTUE.
No.
1.
1 N?
No.
No.
X.
No. Okay,
Y.
you guys did not listen.
3N.
3.
3 N? No. You did not pick up on the pattern.
2N.
Oh, watch the pattern. Ready? Ready? 3 goes to what? 5. 5 goes to what? 7. How did I get from 3 to 5, guys?
P. It's P. I know it is.
Shh. Answer my question. How did I get from 3 to 5? Didn't I just do this? The next odd number would be 3 plus 2. 5. How did I get from 5 to 7?
The n cubed.
5 plus 2 gets me to 7. How do I go from 7 to 9? 7 plus 2 gets me to 9. How do I get to 11? Plus 2. How do I get from 11 to 13? Plus 2. Guys, odd numbers get bigger by 2 every time. So all you have to do is add 2, add 2, add 2. Watch this. What's the next number after n?
2.
Nope.
N plus 2.
N plus 2. It's just 2 bigger than n. You don't know what n is, right? But if you added 2 to n, you'd get to the next odd integer. Okay, but hang on now. What's the next one after n plus 2?
2 plus 4.
Say again.
2 plus 4. Or N plus 4.
Right, n plus 4. Now, if you don't know how I got to n plus 4, let me show you. I took the n plus 2, and I said the next odd integer would be how much bigger? 2 bigger. Oh, that's n plus 4. What would be the next odd after the n plus 4? N plus 6. Then n plus 8. Dot, forever. I just want you to know this. Every odd number is 2 bigger than the previous one. Okay, now, let's see how you do here. What if you started with this? This is your first odd number, comma.
Plus 4.
What's the next odd?
I forget plus 4.
2n plus 5.
Okay, Hayden says 2n plus 5. You know what he did? He just took that odd number, he added what? 2, because it's 2 bigger, isn't it? What's 2n plus 3 plus 2?
5.
3 plus 2 is 5. There he is. It just got 2 bigger, guys. Okay, tell me the next number.
7.
2n plus 7. Next. 2n plus 9. Next. 2n plus 11. Okay. I mean, that's all it is. Every odd consecutive number just gets 2 bigger, 2 bigger, 2 bigger. That's all it does. Okay? Now, where am I going with this? Here's where I'm going, right here. Write an algebraic expression that represents the specified quantity, then simplify. Okay? Here comes the problem. I'm going to circle a couple words for you. Find the what? Okay, what's that mean? I'm asking you to add. Just add. Of what? 3 consecutive odd integers. 3 integers in a row. Add them up. The first of which is what? N. So write the 3 integers down. Ready? The first odd integer is what? N. Plus, guess what the next odd integer is? N plus 2. Guess what the next odd integer is? N plus 4. Yeah. Okay. Hey guys, the word was sum. Add them all up. Well, I mean, it's 1n plus 1n plus 2 plus 1n plus 4. I mean, I did this 5 days ago with you. Add like terms. What do all 3 of them add up to? 1n, 1n, 1n makes what? 3n. Plus what? 6. Oh, shoot. I should have said, can I add the 3 and the 6 and get 9n? Is that the answer? No. Those are not like terms. Don't combine them. It's just, that's the answer. 3n plus 6. You okay? It's kind of weird, but that's what we're doing. Do it again. This is you. This is you on your own. It's the same problem. The sum of 3 consecutive odd integers. The first, which is what? Now, put it in the box. That's your first odd integer. Put the next one in, put the next one in, and then add them all up. Every odd integer gets 2 bigger. 2 bigger, 2 bigger, 2 bigger. So if you added 2 to this number, guys, right here, what would 2n minus 1 get 2 bigger? What would it be? 2n plus 1, yes. 2n
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
plus 1. If you add 2 to that number, you just get to plus 1, don't you?
Then 2n plus 3.
Okay, and then add 2 to this number, and get what? 2n plus 3. So if you start with 2n minus 1, the next one's 2n plus 1, the next one's 2n plus 3, the next one will be 2n plus 5. Whew. And now, add like terms. What's a 2n plus a 2n plus a 2n? 6n. The numbers, be careful. I'm starting back here. What's 3 plus 1? 4 minus 1. Positive 3. Unlike terms, you're done. If it was n term, I'd combine them. Okay. Yes? Can I move on? Questions? Okay. This last slide is just to teach you something about if this comes up. What if they say consecutive numbers? Now, consecutive numbers would be numbers that follow each other, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, blah, blah, blah. Look, how much bigger do we get every time?
One.
Just one. So what if you start with this number and what's the next consecutive number?
One.
N
No,
plus
Two.
it's that number, one bigger,
Two.
n plus one.
Because there's
Come,
what we would like to say would be
consecutive. There's just one bigger. What's the next one after n plus one?
two.
Add one to this number. Plus one. N plus one is n plus two. They just get one bigger every time. What's the next number?
Three.
N plus three, n plus four, n plus five, right? Okay. You might see this in your assignment, okay? Okay, what if they talk about even? 2.6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Tell me how much bigger these get. Two bigger, right? So if you start with 3n, what's the next number? 3n plus 2. The next consecutive even number is 2 bigger. What's the next one? 3n plus 4.
4.
3n what?
6. 8.
Yeah.
9.
And the assignment is right there.
Also,
Did you get a calendar?
Yes, sir.
Whatever.
I think yes. I don't remember. I don't remember. Last year you told me to record. Did I record yesterday? I don't remember, but I'll look it up. And if I did, I'll put it on online. I didn't see that. I think I did.
you did not.
Because she was sick yesterday. She's my go-to. Yeah, she always tells me that.
I thought I did one.
I did record this
I
one.
got a 40.
But you guys are here, so you don't care. Alrighty, you guys, make sure you get it to it. That's kind of a lot of stuff in one day. I'm sorry.